so much that that we can meet here, and I'm very happy to speak to you again because we met each other last year at GT Fox House
Yeah, and
in
that's a thing of
Florida.
the past.
Yes, yes, and so I'm very happy and I'm very up to your advice about my company. Yeah, so I'm German, living in the Netherlands, and have here a past career in human resources.
One item that you have that I want to talk to you about is your IMN.
Yes, right.
That's great. That's great. How many members are there?
We have now 37 at the moment.
Well, you can push it. You can get more.
Yes, of course we want to get more.
No, you
Yes.
can. You get more. What do they pay? Do they pay dues? What
No,
do they pay to you?
we changed the business model. So we have an online subscription that is only $35.99 a year.
That's fine.
And that's really easy because people are a lot of in trouble, not at the moment because of Corona. But
No, that's fine. No, the dues is unimportant.
yes,
It's important. They should pay something. Nobody, if you get something for nothing, that's what it's worth.
yes,
Nothing.
right.
So it's worth something good. One area that I would suggest to look into, and which you can broaden out, is technology.
Right.
All right. Now, technology is growing by leaps and bounds, and even more so because of the virus. Because everything now is the same way you and I are virtual at this. So you're thousands of miles away, and we're talking like you're sitting in my living room, or I'm sitting in your living. You know, very important. So I would suggest learn more about it. So as what is available? Learn about the blockchain. Learn about the artificial intelligence. So get as much information as you can. See what companies are doing that are using the artificial intelligence. This is an area which most people haven't looked into, don't know how to look into it, and they hear about it, but they don't know the depth of it.
Right.
And this, giving them the information or learning what the depth of it and show them how to use it is extremely important. In other words, we're not talking about the way we're doing now. We got a Zoom meeting one-on-one. Last Zoom meeting I had with JT, there were 395 people listening in all over the world. Wow. Use that concept as a platform for your IM. That's great, because now you're broadening out your base.
Right.
Especially when you got more people that are involved from the different countries. Now, the fact that you and I are talking, or I'm coaching, is again an offshoot of something. The offshoot is we used to have all the meetings at JT's house and wherever he was, and he would be flying halfway around the world every other day talking to groups. Because of the COVID, the virus, that's changed dramatically. So as a result, you're not going to get big groups together for a while, if ever. If I say if ever, you will, except that this is very convenient. And whether or not they're going to go back and say, yeah, I'll fly to where the meetings are. Is it necessary for me to have the meeting face to face, or can I do it some other way, virtually, which is what it is that we're doing? So my recommendation is you got the ideal platform in the IMN to utilize that. Look up, get as much information you can, learn as much as you can, and become a relative expert on, I'd say relative expert on relative, because it changes so quickly that what you know today is not the same as what you're going to need for tomorrow. But there are very few people, to my knowledge, in the United States anyway, when I talk to about the blockchain and I talk to about artificial intelligence, it's like I'm talking a foreign language. But anyone in a business has to be aware of it and how it can be used. And by giving this information out through your IMN and broadening it out, you'll not only get more people that will join your organization because you're giving them another aspect. But in addition, you're going to hit people all over the world that you might be interested in getting it, that might want to come into the Netherlands, and you can help them get with the housing, whatever they would need. So that would be a thought of mine that's something worth looking into.
Yes,
And
that's very good to say. We have an app already where
yeah,
we are all together, but we can build it much better and bigger with more possibilities, of course. And besides the IMN Health, the IMN Real Estate, and the IMN Stock Exchange Group, we can also add an IMN
technology,
IT, yes,
absolutely.
technology group. Definitely. Wow,
And,
that's a good idea.
the technology, the aspect is everyone or anyone that's involved and want to be in business, they understand. Yeah, the word technology they understand. The what is available to them, they have no idea.
Right.
Neither do you, neither do I, unless you look into it.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the concept of being able to use the technology in today's world, especially with the virus and what else is going on, and people are not going to travel as much, and they don't want to, and it gets expensive, that it's a natural for expanding a business. There is no business that I would know of, or anyone that is in business. If you went to them and said, "Hey, I can increase your income, and I can get you access to around the world using the technology which I bring to you, would you be interested?" What are they? Can't see anybody to say no. It's to me, it's a natural field, and I am aware of it and of technology, and this is how I built my radio business with the technology.
Right.
Changed completely this when it went to digital. It was very expensive, and nobody wanted to do it because of the expensive. I said, wait a minute, this is the way of the future. You know, we don't need tapes anymore at that point. We can do everything with voice, and all the everything that is required in running a radio station or a radio is entirely different. So now it's capable of utilizing the technology to saving money, making it more efficient, and also swallowing the problem of how much it's going to cost you to get started. So you have to look into that too, because there is an expenditure. There's no question there's an expenditure, and there's knowledge that's required, and education. So my suggestion is that you branch into that area, utilize it, and see whether or not it works for you. But I think it's a natural, and it's only going to get bigger
Right. Yes.
because it's going to change. It is changing as we speak.
It is. We do meet more online already, so more things are going digital in the future.
Yeah.
So, do you think that there will be big events like we had with GT Fox or other people again, or does it take a long time? What is your
It's going to
opinion
take a
on
long
that?
time.
Yes, takes a long
It's
time.
going to take a long time. Where the reason I say it's going to take a long time is there is no longer that real need
Right.
for it. In other words, if you have here, like we have, well, we've got this meeting, we're one-on-one,
Right.
but you could have 20, 30, 100 people on your side also listening to what we say and communicating the same as we would on a meeting. Albeit, you can't, it's more difficult asking questions and getting answers and keeping the meeting flowing, so it's still interesting. But nevertheless, we're going to be doing it virtually, and that's where it's going to be for a long time. I don't see the necessity for having a major meetings.
Right.
I do see one where you're going to have an affair where people are going to be entertained, and it's humorous, or it's a nice event, but not specifically for a meeting, you know, as a get together that you of people that all over the world. Now you can't do that in virtual. You can't do it on a Zoom meeting because you're not there. The people are not there, so you can't ask. You don't see 50. You don't see if how many people you got, which ones do you want to talk to, and what are they addressed at. So you lose the personal aspect, but nevertheless you can still gain a lot by setting it up. So there's a combination right now is available, and I think it will be. But will it take the place of face-to-face meetings? No, no. But a lot of will. In other words, yes, it will be for smaller meetings which can handle it. It'll be important for larger meetings that get together. They will still have them, but they'll be infrequent.
Yes. Do you think that people make more defined choices if they attend some meetings because it's
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. So
Yes,
in the
because
past, maybe they, yeah.
You can't. You and I were talking now one-on-one.
Right.
If you added 25 or 30 people to our call, I'm not talking to the other 25. You are not there, they're there, they're listening, but we're not talking face to face. I don't know which one is interesting or not interesting, or I would speak to. So if I was speaking to somebody and I thought they were interested, I would talk to them. If I thought not, I'd just go past. If I didn't like the way they were dressed, if whatever it was. So you can make a visual impression when a face-to-face meeting, which you can't make on a Zoom call or whatever. So, but there's a combination.
Yeah.
However, with what you're in with the IMN, I suggest it's a natural to expand into that, which you'd find very. I would find it desirable to look no more about technology. I do it, but I'm exception because I recognized it all along and still do. The effect that the technology is playing in our lives, in our business, and what we say, what our children read, who we're talking, and what's going on with Insta and with Twitter and with Instagram and all the that's the way. That's it, and it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get broader. Somebody's going to come up with a different idea. So I think that it makes sense to look into what's going on, get aware, and then pick out which one you can utilize.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful selling tool for you to sell you because they're not there. You're now selling them something they don't know that they really need, but they will understand that they need. And the fact that you're selling them is not something they heard before because it's changing. Well,
yeah.
If you take for example Twitter, which is a perfect example of something. They've got millions of viewers now. This has become the equivalent of speaking to the newspaper right away. You can put it on and they have. I remember what the number was. I looked it up last time, but it's in the millions of how many people are subscribed to Twitter as a communication. Now utilizing that base to all people is wonderful, and there are probably 10 more that are coming up.
Yes, and people want to go to the source. They want the news from the source.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't have any. You take Zoom. What we're on now. How many people do you think is Zoom are hooked up to Zoom? And it's relatively recently.
Relatively, a billion. I don't know.
No, yeah, you're up there. That they have meetings which are scheduled on a regular basis into the millions.
Right.
Now, and Zoom, basically, you're doing it now. We're doing it. You get 40 minutes for free, right?
I don't know, 30. I believe.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah. Usually they give you 40 minutes, but
yeah,
it's convenient. It's easy. We can do it. It's nothing involved, and it's as close as you're going to get as you and I being in the same room.
Yes, and we have a lot of tools to use.
Yeah. So it's that's something I would certainly recommend looking into.
Yes,
and I think that would increase your base, and I think you'd find it very informative and it's a tremendous help to anyone that's coming in. Same way if they're coming from somewhere else, that they're coming from overseas, and you want them, you're going to give them effectively everything that they need to about what's going on in the Netherlands.
Right.
So you can educate them like a travel log.
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
yeah, the same way. I mean, I'm looking at what you got there in the base now of the canals, and that's unique to the Netherlands. But it gives me a feeling of basically where you are, what you're doing.
Right.
So utilize that. What
I
else
will.
can we talk about?
Now, actually, these were my most important things for me. And I'm very happy because we have some people around now are into the techniques in our club. So
Yeah.
I take more attention to them now and find with them tools we can use more for our IMN club, which is amazing idea.
Hey, good. I would get involved also with companies. I would get involved with like Zoom and tell them what you do and you want to utilize their services. You know, if you want to expand it, what can they do for you? Find out what's available.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, what do you do? Suppose now, if I want to have a meeting with 100 people, how can I do it? They'll be more than happy because they're going to make a charge eventually on what is involved. Also, you're getting the benefit of all of the people that are signing in. So they now have people, they now have a database of people that were interested in meetings and in Zoom, and they're going to use that for their own advertising.
Wow, that's amazing.
So then they use that to say, fine, this is it. So use Zoom because I have last one we had 3,000 people that were involved. They're going to push it, and they're going to use that information either in ads or getting clients that want that information that they can utilize and distribute throughout the world. So that's the base. That's exactly what Google does.
Right.
So now if you look for something in Google and you don't see what you want, they'll say people that are interested in this product were also interested in product X. And then you press, you go there, go to product X. They get paid for that lead. The fact that somebody used Google to get to their company, the company pays for it.
Right.
So there's a source of it. No, there you are. There's a whole new branch of yours. Somebody going to pay to use your technology, Or when you have the information now of all these people that you're getting into the IMN, and you have that information is extremely valuable, which can be utilized for all kinds of purposes later on. And somebody else, when you want to sell the IMN or you want to sell a company that you're involved with, why they should use you, that's the perfect reason, the perfect calling card. You got all these people.
Yes, and we will have more meetings about technology ideas.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. That's so stupid.
No, but you have all it's very, to me, it would be important and something that you could look at with a different, let's say you could look at as being entertaining, knowledgeable, and something that would pique your curiosity instead of getting what you've already done. Now,
yes, right. Yeah. And I worked for IT companies in the past, and I always thought it's not sexy enough to have in an IMN meeting.
Yeah.
But you completely opened my mind. So that's really
and also you have the fact that you got the Barnes Group is a big plus.
Yes, of course. Yes.
And use that that you're now a representative of the Barnes, or they've utilized your services as an expert or a consultant. That's a great calling card to say why should somebody do business with you or speak to you enough so that you start the conversation. Whether something comes out of it is not important. The fact that you're having the conversation is important.
Right.
talking about the HR, wow, that's a tremendous field unto itself, as you know. Because you look up how many companies there are, is it Indeed and the other companies that
Yes, yes,
get you
sure.
employees. Yeah, that's very important. And there's another aspect which of your business, which I certainly would promote, because it's in that you have it, and they're always looking at it. And if you get that contact with additional companies, they're always looking for somebody to get them a key employee.
Right.
Now, so now if you can bridge the gap between the need of that company and someone who is looking for the job, that's a wonderful function that I think would be very rewarding. And yeah, you get paid for it.
Yes, it's amazing. If we start with recruiting always,
Yeah.
almost every time, and then they wanted to have a completely branch in the Netherlands, because
Oh yeah,
you start with the people, and then you need a building, and then you need the finance, you need
you
everything
got it.
around it. Yeah,
You got it. And
yeah.
now
So
yep, that you have it. And in addition, now you become the source of the information that they need, because they're moving from one country to another.
yes, and it sounds normally so simple. You just start a branch, but I understand the differences of the cultures, and I help them forward to
Absolutely.
understand in there.
Oh,
That's the
absolutely.
thing. Yeah,
Absolutely. And you become effectively you become a friend to them that they would go to, because you're the contact.
right. That's how it goes. Yes,
You're the contact.
yeah,
So just assume now, for assumption that I were looking to relocate in the Netherlands, and yeah, I got a job, or we've worked it out that is where I'm going to be, and I say, where should I live? I speak to you, and you say, what are you looking for?
right. That's
Right. Well, I'm looking for a relatively inexpensive flat. It's how many square meters in downtown Amsterdam or not Amsterdam. Then you can say, well, how much you're willing to pay. So you will get the information now that you need
exactly. And
to
it's
give them what they
always
want,
personal.
to give them what they want. But in addition, you can utilize that information for them being potential investors,
Right.
or they might be interested in something different. That's a unbelievable storehouse of information for you that you couldn't get by asking it directly.
Right.
They are coming to you for help, not you say, what can I do for you?
Exactly.
They,
And the way is that because the Netherlands is relatively a small country with only 18 million inhabitants, you
yeah,
know, it's really easy if you're like me living for 30 years to find the right way for the people to move into, and to find the right company they want to invest in.
yes,
So because I have a good network.
good. So build it. No, you're halfway there. You're more than halfway there. Just expand on it.
Right.
I can't tell you how to. You've already started and you're doing very well. The thing that struck me is maybe you can expand, and so that you're hitting more people with something they didn't know. But you're already in health and which is fine. Real estate. So you've already got branched out. You've already branched out into different fields which people are interested in, and I think it's fine. You'll do very well, and good. God bless you. If I can help you, here I am.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm really happy for your help and
Yeah.
listening to your advice.
No, anything else, then feel free at any time to go, you don't have to, we don't have to set up these meetings where you pay so much for the half hour. At this, you got something you want to bounce off me as an idea. Okay.
Wow.
Send me an
That
email, right? Send me an email. We can have the meetings if you feel that way, but I don't, that most of the times it's not, but you don't need the meeting where it's just something that came up.
right.
And you say, good, I want the benefit of your experience. How would you handle this? Or here, somebody said, offered me this. What do you think? And I'll just give you the best of my recollection, what I've based on my experience, which is very extensive in the various businesses that I've set up and I use now. I teach a course at college called Creative Marketing. How about that?
Co-creative marketing.
Yeah, but creative marketing, what do I know about creative marketing? Everything, because of my negotiation skills and you're marketing yourself. So I help them find out what their attributes are and to recognize what their shortcomings are so that they can be more effective in the business world. So when something comes up, send me an email and say, what do you think? And I'll probably answer with an email. If we need a meeting, we'll have a meeting, a short meeting.
Wow, thank you so
So,
much. I
we
learned your
don't need
answer.
we don't need a big meeting. Now, interesting that how this all came about. In the fact I was available. The only one I really coached was JT. I also coached Donald Trump, but that's a different story. I don't do that anymore. But the fact that I'm doing the coaching, I find rewarding because I'm a teacher at heart, and I'm meeting people throughout the world. And what are their problems? What do they want? They can go, and then they have an opportunity to speak to me, and we're setting up a line of communication where it's going to lead somewhere. We don't know where it's going to lead, and we don't have to. But I can give you the benefit of my years, which you can use or not use. In other words, do whatever you want. I don't underwrite it. I don't guarantee anything. But the fact that you have an independent opinion where I'm not involved with the financial success or failure is very helpful. That's what I do with JT, or what JT does with me, really, I would say. So he calls me on occasion when he has a particular problem that he wants answered. Usually he knows the answer, but he just wants verification. That will be the same with you if something comes up. And you'd say, good, here's a situation. How do I do it? How would you suggest I handle it? What do you do? And we just talk about it.
Wow,
so the main element for your business or any business is your personality, which is great. Be friendly. Learn as much as you can about the other people that you're there, so that they feel you're not there just to give them advice or to get their money, but they're there because you're a nice person. How are you? And keep a contact with them. If they're comfortable with you, it goes everywhere. If they're not, they're just not going to shut you off.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else we're going to discuss, or are we through for now?
Oh, I'm very happy for now, and I'm so thankful for your time. And I'm very grateful that I can send you email if I stuck in something. That's really awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that present.
No, but let's put it this way. The reason I do that is that it keeps me busy. All right. Yeah. And I'm now part of somebody's problems or somebody's solutions, or they want me. It's the teacher in me that is being fueled by the contacts, and that's what you have. No, that's what every teacher is happy if the pupil becomes successful, if they can add something to their lives or their livelihood or whatever it is that they feel that's what you teach for. You don't teach. Anyone who wants to go into money doesn't teach. You go private business and that's where you make it. But there's a rewarding factor if you can make somebody's life or business life or personal life a little bit better in your own estimation. And hey, that's what it is. Why not? Why not help somebody?
Wow.
What for?
Can I do something for you?
Yeah. No, it makes you feel good. No, I say it makes me feel good. If, for example, I see what's happening with JT, and now it's about 7 years or whatever it is, and the transition that has taken place, which I am part of, a minor part, but the fact that I can see from where he started to where he is and where he is going, and be part of that, to me, I find very interesting, and I'd like to find out how the story ends. So it's not a question of the money, it's a question of the fact that I'm involved. And now that I'm at home to a great extent because of the virus, well, it's good. It gives you an opportunity to see somebody and do something different. So feel free to call me anytime. Good luck. You're going to be you are successful, and you're going to be very successful, and spend some time with your family. Okay? I think we're through for now. Okay, Claudia, good luck.
Thank you. I stop the recording now.
Okay? I'm gone.